welcome to The Trade. Before we get into the technicals, let's have a quick look at what traders are watching there today. Japan's core consumer inflation accelerating for the fourth straight month in August and tracking comfortably above the central bank's 2% target, keeping alive expectations for further rate hikes. But the Bank of Japan is not expected to hike today when it concludes its two-day policy meeting. Oil prices extending their recent recovery rally as a large cut in US rates and declining global stockpiles help offset some of the demand concerns arising from weak consumption in China. The Fed cut boosting gold to an all-time high, just a few cents shy of the key 2,600 ceiling in the prior session. And raw sugar futures rising to a 5-month high boosted by a deteriorating outlook for sugar production and the new cane crop in Brazil's centre-south region, while coffee prices have slipped further from recent multi-year highs. Let's dive straight into the technicals now. Peter Maguire from XM joining me now with a look at currencies. Peter, let's kick it off with our own currency because testing these 68-cent levels, I guess, with the Fed's jumbo cut. But where does Aussie trade now?
Well, good morning, Juliette. I'll tell you what, it seems to have momentum and there's every chance I think you might see a 69 handle. You know, there's no talk we're going to do anything anytime soon as far as rate cut. You've only got to look at the technical indicators. As far as RSIs and stochastics for the traders out there, they need to be mindful of those and really, I think, consider that upward momentum. They're above the 200-day moving average, over the 20-day moving average as well. So it's, upward and onward and upward at the moment, Juliette. And if there's talk of another cut possibly in November, or they don't have that cut from the Fed and roll it out to December, then I think that's going to be momentum further for the Aussie dollar.
All right, well, let's talk about where we also see the pound move because, of course, we've got a lot of momentum with the Bank of England keeping rates at 5%, Norway also keeping their rate unchanged as well. Where does sterling move now?
Well, that was an interesting one from the Poms because it was a majority, Juliette, of 8-1 versus analyst expectations of 7-2. So it's very much they're not cutting rates in the UK. So in turn, you saw that bit of a push up as far as, US dollar down. The pound is unlocking new highs and there's every opportunity there from a trading perspective. Probably, that 133, 134 handle, you might go out as far as that. And I wouldn't be surprised because the overall momentum at the moment is relatively, strong upside potential. And, the psychological marks for the bulls are, around that sort of level.
Yeah, it looks like a very good range trade there. Let's talk more broadly as well than what we see with the dollar and the loonie.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting one. Where you're looking at the loonie at the moment, you're running at around about 1.3562. It's been an interesting trade because we're not expecting a cut anytime real soon from the Canadians. And the price tumbled to a 200-day simple moving average, around that 135 sort of handle. And we're feeling as though that it could be fairly choppy which is not a bad thing, over the coming, matter of days or even, till the end of the month, Juliette. So that gives, if you're a short-term trader, plenty of opportunity in that US dollar, Canadian dollar pair.
Okay, so from currencies to crypto, Peter, we've sort of moved on from looking, we still look at Bitcoin, but everybody's looking at Ethereum these days. If the bears do retake market control here, what does that mean for Ethereum?
Well, it's running at 23.57, Juliette, at the moment. That was in 5 minutes ago, but it could have moved a bit since then. I noticed it's trading at around about $19 billion worth of turnover a day, so that's pretty hefty. You're looking at the market, I think it's going to be, again, choppy. You're well down from, when you're thinking about the long-term horizon, it's been well and truly sold down. But I think it's, again, going to remain volatile due to US Fed policy and the attraction across that whole sector. But at the moment, you'd probably, short-term trading might be just the style of opportunity that a trader wants. And you've really got to keep an eye on your momentum indicators and be appreciative as far as, the big swings and roundabouts that crypto can take on over that 24-hour window.
And what does it mean more broadly for the crypto space then, Peter?
Well, if you're looking at Bitcoin, it's had a bit of a rally. You can't deny that, Juliette. You're running at nearly 63,000 for Bitcoin. So Ethereum, and I think it'll probably drag it all up. Gold's up, Bitcoin's up. And I think the appetite hasn't waned at all. So it's probably not a bad place to be because it's recovered significantly over the last, say, 6 weeks or so. And we've all been sweating on that September 18 cut by the Fed. They hit 50 basis points. And in turn, the impact that's going to have naturally to the crypto market.
All right, Peter, have a great trading weekend. And we'll see you again soon. Peter Maguire there from XM. Going to take a short break. That does it for this episode of The Trade. We'll see you again next week.